Welcome back to another episode of Avid Fantasy Football. We got the quarterback ranking video about to start here in just a second, but go ahead and subscribe. It goes a long way here. We're getting close to the end of the season here. 2 more weeks left to go as we are in week 16. Championships are next weekend, so let's make sure we get there. Let's go ahead and kick off this video, though. We're going to start off with none other than Josh Allen at the Chargers, kicking us off at number 1. Josh Allen should have a good opportunity. He did really well against the Cowboys in week 15. Now he goes up against the Chargers, who got torched by Hayden O'Connell. Great matchup for Josh Allen here in week 16. Number 2, Dak Prescott at Dolphins. Kind of a rough game for Dak against the Bills last week in Buffalo. Miami's a little bit more forgiving, though, so I'd like the matchup here for Dak, especially in warmer weather. The Cowboys do tend to play better at home and in warmer weather, so definitely like Dak at number 2. Number 3 is going to be Jalen Hurts versus the Giants. Good opportunity for him here. Giants are a little bit more stingy against the pass side of it, but with the rushing upside of Jalen Hurts, I like him at number 3. 4, Patrick Mahomes versus the Raiders. Raiders just got Easton Stick last week on Thursday Night Football. Now they get Patrick Mahomes. I like Mahomes in this matchup. He's 4. 5's Jared Goff at the Vikings. Good opportunity for Goff there. 6, Tua Tagovailoa versus the Cowboys. A little bit of a tougher matchup for Tua, but with the weapons of Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, I still think he's going to do and be good enough to be in the top 6 here. How about number 7, Lamar Jackson at the 49ers? Good game for him against the Jaguars. Now, this could be a tougher matchup for him. However, knowing that this potentially could be a shootout, I do like the fact of Lamar Jackson at number 7. And that brings us to number 8, same guy, their opponent here, Brock Purdy versus the Ravens. A home game for the 49ers is better than a game at Baltimore, especially when you're a 49ers fan. This is a game where they should have a good matchup and a good even odds here for both these quarterbacks, so I like them at 7 and 8. Number 9 is going to be Justin Fields versus the Cardinals. Rough outing last week against the Browns, however, against the Cardinals, who just gave up a good amount of points to Brock Purdy. Yeah, I like Justin Fields at number 9. Number 10 is Baker Mayfield versus the Jaguars. Jaguars give up a good amount of points to the quarterbacks here, opposing quarterbacks, and Baker Mayfield just put up 33 in most leagues, if not a little bit more. So definitely like Baker at number 10 this week. How about number 11? You got Trevor Lawrence at the Buccaneers. Now, Trevor Lawrence is in concussion protocol, so I like him still in the top, right outside the top 10. Even with, if he does play, I still like him at 11. I'm not going to put him in the top 10. He is up against the Buccaneers, and it should be a good matchup if he does play. So definitely like him there in this matchup if he's good to go. Number 12 is Matthew Stafford versus Saints. Matthew Stafford's been on fire, and the Saints have been struggling for the most part last couple weeks when it comes to opposing quarterback points given up. Like Matthew Stafford, he's 12. 13 is going to be C.J. Stroud versus the Browns. C.J. Stroud just seems like he's just comfortable in the NFL, and I like that opportunity for him. Now, the Browns are a tough defense, but still C.J. Stroud does also have good decision-making. Browns are a little banged up as well, so C.J. Stroud, number 13, not a bad ranking for him in my opinion. 14, Jake Browning at the Steelers. Looked like his time was over with. Looked like his moment of spotlight, his moment to shine was over with. And then they come back against the Vikings on Saturday last week. Now you get the Steelers, a divisional rivalry game, where you can separate yourself from the Steelers and also keep yourself in the hunt. Give me Jake Browning at 14. Number 15, Geno Smith at the Titans. Good matchup here for Geno Smith. Titans are middle of the pack when it comes to points getting up the quarterbacks, but Geno Smith does have a lot of weapons in DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and Jackson Smith and Jigba. On top of also getting Kenneth Walker back, definitely a plus for Geno Smith to be able to dump the ball off or get some bombs down the field. Number 16 is going to be Kyler Murray at the Bears. Rough outing against the 49ers. Now he's got a better opportunity against the Bears. Give me Kyler at number 16. 17, Gardner Minshew at the Falcons. That Falcons-Panthers game was atrocious. Gardner Minshew might not have Michael Pittman this week, so I'm going to drop him a little bit lower. If he did have Michael Pittman, I might put him a little bit higher. But we'll have to wait and see what happens with that one. Number 18 is going to be Joe Flacco with the Texans. Texans gave a lot of pressure to the Titans last week in Tennessee. Now you're getting the Browns, who had struggled on the offensive line last week. Hopefully that's not the case this week, as Joe Flacco has been pretty decent. Kind of a bounce back for him in the fourth quarter there to kind of give the Browns the chance to win that game. But Joe Flacco is going to be 18 for me. 19 is going to be Jordan Love. I love Jordan Love right now, and the fact of him putting up a consistent amount of fantasy football points for quarterback position. But the Panthers are tough against quarterbacks. Even though they are terrible record-wise, and in the NFL, they tend to hold quarterbacks to a lower floor when you face them, especially in Carolina. But Jordan Love, I like him a little bit higher, but I just can't do it to myself right now. I like him at 19. Number 20 is going to be Derek Carr at the Rams. Derek Carr came back and had a bounce back week, but you never know which Derek Carr you're going to see. Hopefully this is a good one against the Rams and a good matchup. Number 21 is going to be Russell Wilson versus the Patriots. Russell Wilson, again, is consistently putting up that floor amount of points like him against the Patriots here. Patriots do have a decent defense as well, but the home game in Denver, I like the opportunity for Russell Wilson here. 22, Sam Howell at the Jets. This could be tricky. Sam Howell did come out and Jacoby Brissett went in. Now, depending on who the quarterback is for them, I like Sam Howell in the fact of he is able to have that cannon to go down the field against the Jets. He's at 22. Now, if Jacoby Brissett comes in here, I would bounce another quarterback in at 25 and move everyone up because I wouldn't want to have Jacoby Brissett in the top 25 just because he doesn't have that big play upside. He has he has a decent arm, but not a great arm. Sam Howell at least has an arm that can get about 50 to 60 yards down the field, it seems like. 23 is Nick Mullins versus the Lions. Lions give up a good amount of points to quarterbacks. Nick Mullins should have an opportunity to continue what he did against the Bengals last week in a tougher opponent matchup. Now he has a better one this week, so I like Nick Mullins at 23. 24, Bailey Zappi at the Broncos. Tough environment, especially because now we're at the time of the year where there's probably going to be snow in Denver consistently. We'll see what the weather's like on that day, but Bailey Zappi had a good, decent game against the Kansas City Chiefs. Not enough to worry. We're going to throw him in as a start automatically, but not too bad to be in the top 25. And then 25 is going to be Tommy DeVito at the Eagles. Bottom of the pack when it comes to points given up to quarterbacks for the Eagles. So Tommy DeVito could have that upside, even though he was sacked 7 times last week. I could see this as a bounce back game for him in Week 16. And that's going to do it for our rankings for Week 16 for the quarterback position. If you made it all the way through, we greatly appreciate that. Go ahead and give it a like and subscribe. Make sure you look out for the rest of the videos later in the week. Let's get our playoff win and get to the championship. Let's get our championship this year. Call it a successful year. Other than that, you guys have a good one. We'll talk to you later.